Ooh, Mario coin sound on the little title logo there.
Good detail. Oh my god, what's happening?
So, Mystery of the Emblem, definitely the most successful and popular Fire Emblem up until Awakening.
Really?
What do you think they decided to do after Mystery of the Emblem?
Well, I assume they would take what was good of that game, flesh it out, take out the bad, cut out the fat, and just make a better game out of it.
Mostly, yeah. But they decided to get ambitious. What you are about to witness is the most ambitious Fire Emblem project, I would say, up until Path of Radiance. It's bigger, it's more grandiose, the world that they've constructed is so very highly detailed that there's a lot of details that just don't come up in the plot.
I will say, this presentation's beautiful. It almost feels like we're about to play a JRPG, honestly.
Exactly! This is a huge step up from Mystery of the Emblem. And Mystery of the Emblem has really nice graphics, but they are about to get kicked way up there.
Are we talking about, like, Mode 7 or SFX2 style graphics?
Not quite. Okay, they're about to get kicked way up there without any weird chips or anything like that, let's say.
Fair enough. I see the constellations. Oh, wait, no, those are not constellations. They're weapons.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I'm just kind of taken aback because, like, in the original, it was just, like, more static images and murals. Here, we're having, like, full animation and stuff.
Welcome, Ivan, to Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, known as Seisen no Kefu in Japanese. The English title is a mouthful, but it is the direct translation that everybody has been using for years. Honestly, I would have gone with something like The Crusade Chronicle, or we could go with what Nintendo Power came up with, Descent of Jihad! No, really, this game was actually featured in the English Nintendo Power magazine. They were taking a look at stuff that just wasn't making it over to the West for whatever reason. Also, hello, Gunpei Yokoi.
Gunpei Yokoi?
Yeah, he was the producer for this. And hello, Shozo Kaga. We'll get to him later. But yeah, they featured this game in Nintendo Power magazine and had like some of the most ridiculous translated names I have ever seen. I should probably go over a few of them later on. But, wow.
Whoa, okay, I'll say this. I already see a very similar setup. Were the GBA games mainly based on this game?
That is an interesting observation to make. There are a lot of advancements in Genealogy of the Holy War that carry over to the GBA games, yes. However, there are many, many experimental ideas in Genealogy of the Holy War that do not get transferred over until, like, Three Houses, which is just a remake of Genealogy of the Holy War in disguise. And it's not even the only one, because the well-known RomHack Andron Saga basically curbed 99% of its lore from this game.
Oh. Oh.
That's an exaggeration. Hey, here's your first taste of the battle animation.
Oh my god, there's vertical scrolling.
Yeah, it's big and it's new, and unfortunately I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Genealogy of the Holy War because it is long. And the level design is, well, mainly the map design is not what I would have wanted, but I will deal with it just so you don't have to, Ivan.
Oh my god, that's a lot of special things. Like,
I don't know any of those names. Don't look at me.
Also, wow, that is the biggest green army I've ever seen.
I'm a green unit.
Oh man. I guess, if anything, I'm curious to see what this game has then, if there's a lot to it, like you've been telling me.
Mm-hmm. So I will also mention the translation I am playing on. It is known as the Lil Nordion patch. I have no idea why they gave it that name. But basically, it took the old translation and updated it with the new character and location names as given to us by things like Fire Emblem Heroes, the Cypher TCG, and also the guest star appearances in Awakening.
So it's probably the most lore accurate we'll ever get in English.
Mm-hmm. The setting is known as Yggdrasil, I believe, after Yggdrasil, because we have a very heavy Norse inspiration here.
Of course. over 100,000 were murdered. Oh my lord.
Yeah, the setting gets kind of dark. This is one of the darkest Fire Emblems I have ever seen.
And what game? And what is this? Like the fourth or third game?
This is number 4.
Dang. Like I knew like all of them always had like a hint of dark just because it's always about war, but damn.
Yeah, the writers, they like their dark storylines, I guess. So the basic backdrop of this is that the world was coated in darkness and so on until a miracle in which 12 gods granted their blood to 12 crusaders, and those crusaders go on to form the noble houses that rule over Yggdrasil. It's a very similar setup to what you normally have in Fire Emblem.
Just a lot more Norse names.
Mm-hmm. You can probably already tell by this screen. I mean, it says Edda right there.
True.
And Valhalla, which is just Valhalla with a B.
Valhalla. Vingolf.
Young V, I believe.
Don't get...
Pronunciation.
Yeah, don't try to get...
Believe me, names and pronunciation are going to be, like, weird here.
No, like, Norse pronunciations are always the hardest, because they have some very weird wordings, more or less.
Now imagine trying to figure out how to spell them in Japanese, and then the fan translators had to figure out what they were actually trying to say.
I thought that guy's name was Raptor for a second. No, it's Reptor.
I don't know what kind of name Reptor is.
I'm just reminded of that dinosaur from the Rugrats now.
Reptar!
Yeah! Arvis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Because I assume like a lot of this is just setting up all the royalties, essentially. Will be
this is something that actually gets criticized a lot by the fan base. Like, they always have these massive info dumps, and, like, almost none of this actually matters to us.
Like, it's just a lot to keep in track. Like, it's good for the storybooks, but what does that mean for us?
Well, all we need to know is that over across that desert, for whatever reason, the Kingdom of Isaac decided to attack one of Granvale's holdings. And this has led to Granvale declaring war on Isaac.
It's always politics.
Mm-hmm. We have no idea what prompted these events, but they have nothing to do with us for the time being.
We're just doing our own thing. Though, who are we even?
We'll find out soon enough.
Fair enough. Because, yeah, I assume... This is not the first game that basically has a new main protagonist, right?
Well... The first 5 Fire Emblems actually all take place in the same universe. Games 1 and 3 are about Marth. Game 2 is about Ulm in Valentia, which is where Echoes of Valentia takes place. And now we have Yggdrasil here, which is another continent.
But it has its own story, more or less.
Yeah, it's more or less self-contained. The references to Marth's story are very, very spare.
Alright. That's still interesting. We see more of this world.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely, like, a setting that they thought out, like, very, well.
That's what I'm wondering, like, do you think initially they wanted, like, the entire franchise to take place in a single universe?
I don't know, because the director for the two Yggdrasil games, he left Nintendo, and so when Fire Emblem went to the GBA, they decided on a complete reboot.
I see.
And now things are getting more relevant to us. Verdane has decided to attack the House of Young V for whatever reason.
Oh. Sigurd.
And now our protagonist, Sigurd of House Chalfie. He has blue hair. He's got to be the protagonist, right?
Ah, right. The blue hair rule.
The blue hair rule, even though Celica exists. Determination!
The year is 757.
Such is the way the doorway to destiny is thrust open. In that moment, that this mere disturbance would be the prelude of a much greater calamity to come, no one could have possibly known.
It always starts with brigands and bandits, and then you end up fighting some kind of god or dragon. Or god dragon.
Prologue, Birth of a Holy Knight.
Oh, lordy.
That's quite the army.
Already surrounding a main port. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry. The Norse-inspired names are going to kill me by the end of this.
I know.
I can already tell.
I know already that some of the names are gonna, like, set off so many red flags.
I'll say this, I'm not really touched up on my Norse mythology, so I couldn't tell you most of the references, if there are any.
Oh good, I looked up half this stuff before showtime today.
Alright, well I guess it's now your turn to be the mythology guy.
It's dangerous to go alone, don't you know?
Also, what kind of name is Naois?
Hey, it's I think it's Irish, actually.
Fair. I'm not saying it's bad, just names.
I know, some of them are gonna get, like, weird to us English speakers, I guess.
And that's considering that a lot of these names, not all of them, but most of them are, like, translation from later games, like you've told me.
Mm-hmm. Alec is a pretty normal name to our ears, though. I don't know what's up with the turban, don't ask me.
And he's not even keeping it tended. Like, dude, is that a turban, or did you just wake up from a nap?
I have no idea. Alec's turban has been, like, one of the strangest things in all of Fire Emblem for me.
I can't look away from it.
Okay, good. We have somebody else instead. This is Oife.
Thank you. Oife.
Oife is actually not playable, for now anyway.
Huh.
He's just going to be the game's strategist.
Okay. Already 14.
Yeah, he's 14.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Bring Your Child to War Day, don't you know?
Yoy. Oh, wow, they're actually straight up just a squire, too.
Mm-hmm. That means if Sigurd kicks the bucket, Oife gets killed instead. That's what it means, right?
Oh my god.
Definitely. Now we can't
Oh.
leave the castle unattended, right?
Right. What the?
This is Arden. Sturdy as a brick wall, strong as an ox, slow as a turtle. You were born for guard duty.
I get mad, but dang. Don't diss him, man. He's trying his best.
I know. Alright, finally some gameplay. That was like a 15-minute intro.
Jeez.
Alright, let me go to my options first. Just gonna set the text speed and the enemy speed. Enemy phases can take so long. So, first lesson about this game. The maps are big.
Whoa, alright. That's like 3 times... No, that's like twice as big as a map from like the previous game.
Yeah. So, the way this game works is that there's only 12 chapters. However, each chapter is the size of this or bigger. This is actually one of the smallest, I think. It's for that reason that you actually have an auto-save function that allows you to save at the beginning of every turn if nobody has moved yet.
Okay.
But,
So
enough about
Sounds like
that,
it's gonna
though.
be a marathon.
Let's introduce our cast, shall we? This is Sigurd.
alright.
Starts at level 5. He's got pretty nice stats, I would say, for the beginning of the game. Now, this game has a lot of differences from Mystery of the Emblem. Like, first of all, I'll just point out that Strength and Magic are now separate stats.
Oh.
So when you attack with magic, it uses the magic stat. When you attack with weapons, it uses the strength stat. And also, weapon level is no longer a numerical value. You can see that weapon levels are now letter grades. These are fixed based on your character's class and based on Holy Blood. This screen shows us if a character is related to any of the Crusaders. In this case, Sigurd is the direct descendant of Baldur.
Of course. That means he cannot be damaged, period, right?
Oh, no, certainly. Well, that's what the fans say, at least. It actually means that he just straight up can use any sword in addition to the legendary weapon associated with Baldur. Let's try him out in battle. Go ahead and use this steel sword here on this enemy.
First taste.
Big jump. See, already he's gotten hit. He's not indestructible.
Oh.
And in Genealogy of the Holy War, they introduce the Canto function, which allows mounted units to move again after an attack. They can use any unspent movement power to reposition themselves. And we have our two Cavaliers here. This is Alec. Yes, and I nearly forgot to mention that there's just a lot to go over at the start of this, okay?
You're good.
Okay. So, Genealogy of the Holy War introduces unique character skills. So these serve to make units a lot more unique from one another. First, we have Follow-Up, aka Pursuit. So, you know how if you had enough speed over your enemy, you could double attack them? Well, now you need a skill to do that. That's what Pursuit is.
Oh.
It's kind of unfortunate. They have, like, a bunch of different ways for gaining additional attacks and things like that. And also, Alec has Nihil, which stops critical hits, stops other weapons like the Rider's Bane from doing additional damage, and it even negates a couple of sword skills. Like, I think the description here is a little bit misleading because it doesn't negate every enemy skill, just a couple of them. In fact, Nihil is not really all that useful because of how critical hits actually work in this game. And to tell you about that, I will introduce Naois. I still can't figure out how to pronounce that. But he does not have Pursuit. Instead, he has Onslaught, aka Accost. If certain conditions are fulfilled, then this will trigger an additional round of combat, essentially granting extra attacks to both sides.
Oh.
It's a little bit strange. In fact, Onslaught can be very detrimental in certain situations, but we'll get into that later. Also, critical hits are now a skill. You need this in order to actually do critical hits, with a few exceptions. So since most enemies in the game can't even critical without, like, the actual skill, it's like, what do you need to negate critical hits for? And finally, Arden. The armor knight who moves slowly among all of his cavalry peers. This game just favors cavalry big time. But he does have Vantage, which is a skill where, if his HP is under half his maximum, he will attack first in combat, even if the enemy initiated.
So it is really good for him to kind of, like, stay in important areas, from the sounds of it.
Yeah, but if we do that, then he's just not going to get any experience points, and he kind of needs that. He's at level 3, so we'll try and level him up.
God, that's always a curse.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of curses... Oh, that is so cheating. I don't think he even has. I don't think he even has the critical skill.
Jeez.
So I'm pretty sure in the old patches, this guy was known as Gandalf, after the Norse dwarf, who would lend his name to the famous wizard of Lord of the Rings fame. Maybe that's the reason for the change.
Oh man, how smug.
So, like, every Fire Emblem tends to start with bandits taking advantage of a crisis, but these guys are, like, nobles from Verdain, so they're kind of not bandits, but they kind of act like it anyways. So, it's almost exactly the same thing.
They're bandits, but more political power, basically.
Political bandits. That's probably redundant to say, actually.
Yeah.
This lady is the spoils of war to these people.
It makes his mouth... Well, my god, you guys are awful. I can't wait to, like, keep in your... I can't wait for us to get a chance to shank these people, I swear.
Don't worry, we will.
They really just wanted to make him as unlikable as possible.
Well, we won't feel bad about killing them, right?
Oh, right. They also have their chance to attack.
Mm-hmm. Sigurd, you failed to dodge 2 times. They only had a 25% chance.
We get it. You may be a descendant of Baldur, but you're not invulnerable. Please stop getting hit.
Something's going on here. That's 3 now.
I did see that list of gods. Oh.
Alright, so bandits burn villages like they usually do. However, villages work a little bit differently. It takes 10 turns to fully destroy them.
Huh.
Luckily, we have some assistance coming our way. I've always wondered about the shape of Lex's head. Look at that.
Dude has a tall forehead.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he came straight out of Code Lyoko or something.
I swear! And as someone with a big forehead like that, I feel that, man. I hate putting my hair back.
Right, so Lex is here to help out a Zell who, might just be in love with a Dane.
Aw.
Somebody's got a girlfriend!
As red as your hair.
Alright, I will save the game. So we have Lex, the Axe Knight. This is our first ever, well, not the first ever playable Axe user, but they're actually treating Axe users like a legitimate character class now.
Was the weapon triangle a thing at this point, then?
Yes, I failed to mention this. This is the first game with a weapon triangle.
Oh!
So here you go. Lex has Vantage like Arden, and he also has Paragon. He just straight up gets double the amount of experience points.
Oh, come on! You were right about this being experimental. My god.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they thought, you know, we better give the, well, actually, I want to attack with a Zell first, but maybe they thought, you know, Axe users are so bad, we should give them something to help them out here. I don't know. Our first mage is a Zell. He has Pursuit, and he also has some holy lineage here. A descendant of Fjalar, I think that's how it's pronounced. However, notice that the dot there is not glowing like Sigurd's was. He is a, well, he's not firstborn. I think that's the idea. He has minor holy blood instead of major. Still gives him +1 to his fire rank, but if he were a major, that would have been a much bigger boost. Let's try him out.
Speaking of the gods, one thing I didn't notice was Naga is in the list of gods.
Ah, you noticed.
Also, wow.
Mm-hmm. Also, I forgot to show Lex's. He has Null over there.
Null. I do know, because Naga was... Oh.
The god of the... Oh yeah, this one talks about the weapon triangle. There you go.
Oh, okay. Though I think, let me see if I remember it. Axes beat spears, spears beat swords, sword beat axes.
Yes,
Did I get that right?
You've got it. And in fact, the weapon triangle is more important in this game than probably any other Fire Emblem game because you just straight up get 20 extra accuracy and evasion if you have the advantage. So,
oh,
that's actually a big thing. That's a lot to give for a simple advantage.
You know, 1/5 boost, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it doesn't seem to be helping out much. Look, the Armor Knight got the first dodge of the game. You guys are terrible.
Come on! Because, yeah, no, Naga was a god. Like, Naga has been mentioned in previous Fire Emblems, I believe.
They still can't! Yeah, Naga was the Divine Dragon King in Mystery of the Emblem.
That's cool to see continuation of that, then.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just, like, let the village get burned for another turn. Maybe let Naos think about his inability to dodge.
Seriously, dude.
Some of the enemies are archers. They get dispatched all the same.
Thankfully not too tricky.
Where should I put him? This is getting a little bit risky, because if he takes 2 hits, then it's game over. So, yeah.
Okay, he only has to deal with one so far then.
Yeah. By the way, you can actually see the attack range of enemies when you click on them. That is something that you could not have in Mystery of the Emblem, so that's another bit of quality of life that is going to stick around for the rest of the franchise.
Thank goodness.
But yeah,
Also, oh,
go ahead.
I was just gonna speak to Alec more than anything. Like, man, love your style, love your ability. Please don't turn evil like the last dude who had a turban.
Isn't it funny how people with turbans just turn out to be evil?
I don't want to make a statement, but man.
Alright, let's see how Lex does. No triangle advantage, so the hit there is expected.
Yeah, it's neutral ground. I guess I'll ask that. Do weapons still have, like, their own kind of, not unique stats, but kind of their own, like, functionality still?
Pertaining to, like...
Like, I forget if, like, the weapons themselves had their kind of, like, stats, like, you know, I don't know.
Oh, of course, yes. More new units.
Okay. A little too late for that, mate! Sigurd's almost, like, halfway dead.
Yeah, but a healer is nice to have.
Definitely.
So Evelyn is Sigurd's sister, but she married this fine, handsome man here.
Well, dude's, like, mugging me with that face of his.
He's got the mean eyebrows. That's how you know things are serious.
Well, I appreciate more troops.
Mm-hmm. This is Quan, the Banneret? Okay, that's weird. I don't know what a Banneret is. The class name was originally called Duke Knight. But anyways, he specializes in lances because he's a descendant of Njorun, I think, is how you say it.
Njorun.
And also look where it says lover right there. Yeah, Evelyn is his lover.
Oh!
It shows you that information sometimes.
Right.
Anyways, his skill is Adept. It simply means that, based on his speed stat, I think, he can just randomly get an extra attack.
Just a random double, alright.
Mm-hmm. And his right-hand man here is Finn the Lance Knight. You can imagine where his name comes from.
I wonder if he's McCool.
He is very McCool. He has Pursuit, and he also has Miracle. Miracle, you might have seen this skill in later games. Normally, it lets you avoid lethal damage based on your luck stat, but this game, Miracle is very, very different. If Finn ever drops below 11 HP, Miracle will activate and give him a ton of evasion.
So, it sounds like he almost can be a glass cannon in that way.
Yeah, somewhat. It can be very helpful sometimes. And finally, we have our first healer of the game, Ethlyn. She comes with a slim sword and a heal staff, and is a troubadour. I don't know how they named this class troubadour. Troubadours are like songwriters, and they're usually men. They don't ride horses and heal people, but, you know, we appreciate our healers.
Oh, absolutely.
And she randomly just decided to get the critical skill. I don't know why a healer needs that.
What? Oh god, this is the dancer with a blade all over again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the dancer with a blade. That'll be so much fun. Let's see. Nobody's in range for a heal, so I better get Evelyn down to Sigurd.
So... Well, yes, because this is me, I'm looking into it.
You were looking at something?
Banneret. Apparently there's, like, potential multiple definitions. So, let me see. Okay, I think I found the one. A knight banneret, sometimes known simply as banneret, was a medieval knight who led a company of troops during a time of war under his own banner, and was eligible to bear supporters in English heraldry. So
that applies.
Kind of like,
that applies.
Yeah, like he basically leads his own troops. So, if anything, that's pretty apt since he came in with like 2 more members.
Yeah, Quan's a prince, for one thing. So.
Oh.
I want to mention, by the way, that these villages, when you visit them, they give you 5,000 gold, minus 500 for every turn they were damaged. So this one only gave 4,000. And on that note, every unit has their own individual gold pocket.
What?
Yeah, there's a few things about this game that are really, really strange. And I think, like, individual units with their own pocket money is one of them. Also, Azel has a bikini on for some reason.
Well, it's 96? I think that was still around that era.
Yeah, it was.
That's crazy to say. This game came out like a year before I was born.
I know, we missed out on so much. Let's see, Lex took damage, so I'm gonna put him here. There's a church there.
I assume churches act like fortresses?
Yeah, they heal you. They'll bring you back to full HP, in fact, but they'll charge you 5 gold for every hit point. Which is like...
Alms for the poor.
Yeah, that's precious pennies. I would pay them double that amount if I could.
Seriously.
Let's see. Considering that Sigurd has took a lot of damage, I'm going to just hit this enemy and then run back to Eflin. Good, you dodged. That's your first dodge.
Thank you, Sigurd.
And your first level. Okay, cool. HP and defense.
Okay, since the last time I have to ask, what is the low stat raise for this game?
Sorry, what?
What is the stat that has the lowest percentage of raising? Kind of like Res in our last game.
I don't know. Resistance is treated as like an actual legitimate stat now, so I can't really be certain.
I might just look into it, because after... I'll admit, I'm sad that it took me, like, till halfway of our last playthrough to realize why getting Res all the time was really funny.
I don't know. I think they fixed the random number generator for this game, at least.
I still want to see, because I'm curious.
Yes, these enemies with their hand axes. No, you made me pay more money to the church.
I still find it funny how, like, throwing axes can be that way.
I'm pretty sure throwing axes don't, like, boomerang back to you like that.
Seriously.
Okay. There we go.
Alright.
All healed up.
Trying to see here. It looks like the lowest raising stats from things are magic, and I assume MDF is magic defense?
Yeah, magic defense.
So yeah, def and magic defense tend to have the lowest growth rates just overall. Interesting.
Let's see here. I'm gonna, like, straight up say that leveling up Finn is actually kind of important to me. So, assuming Juan doesn't get adept here... Will he get it? No, he did not. That's good. But geez, everyone is taking damage because they cannot dodge. Show them how it's done, Finn.
Come on, man. Show us what you got.
His hit rate was 100%. I wasn't exactly crossing my fingers there. I could talk to Sigurd, but, I gotta heal first. You gotta have priorities.
Something I've noticed is some of this music sounds eerily familiar.
I mean, like I said, this is where a lot of the themes of Fire Emblem really come into their own, I guess you could say. But this music for the map actually was in Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones, where it's the arena entrance theme for whatever reason.
I hear it! Huh. I mean, I guess... if you have the song and you can use it, why not?
It's an odd choice, but this game does legitimately have some nice music, and some not-so-nice music, let's just say.
Well, let's see, 96. That was late in the SNES's, like, it's about, lifetime, isn't it?
I wouldn't say that's late. There's actually a 5th Fire Emblem game that came out way late into the SNES life cycle.
I guess I'm trying to think, because... Oh.
Just in case I take a hit, I'm going to attack from the church. Which doesn't show up in these really, really nice battle animations, but I took a hit, so I'm actually glad that I made that move.
Yeah. You gotta take it.
Azel levels up.
Oh, what we get?
Strength on the mage, of course. You gotta get strength on the mage. This is why...
That is not a bad level up, though.
Yeah, that was really good, actually. Highly unusual for Azel.
We'll take it.
Mm-hmm. See, one of the reasons I don't like strength and magic as separate stats is that, like, you're never attacking with a sword as a mage. So, like, why do they have strength there? It's like a wasted stat, even though, you know, objectively it isn't. But, like, I just see Azel get the +1, and I think that could totally go to somebody else, even though it's completely random.
It's almost like quantum luck. Like, how far does it go to, like, where luck really does determine something good or bad?
I mean, considering the way the random number generator works from here on out, you know, it's like... do you know much about how the RNG and Fire Emblems tend to work?
Not at all.
Okay, so what they do is they roll, like, a string of random numbers, about, like, I don't know, 200, 300 of them or so, and then they just use them like cards in a deck. So whenever they need to make a roll, they just draw a card and see what the number is. But that does mean that if you, like, save, then, and you, like, know what the string of random numbers is, you can, like, use those numbers on specific things.
And the set of numbers that they have, is it, like, rolled every level, or is it just preset?
It's just, like, preset at the beginning of the chapter. Something like that. Like, I don't really pay too much attention to it, because I think that level of manipulation is, like, totally cheating, so...
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, like, man, this game's gotta be a tasser's dream.
It definitely is. Like, I've watched some of the GBA TASs, and they always, like, wiggle around the cursor because whenever you, like, move the cursor in a specific way, it has to use up a random number for something. It's a little strange, but also a little amusing.
I can't imagine trying to do a task, though, because I've seen... I know, like, the internal mechanisms is you have to have, like, some things to measure the random numbers, how they set up, so you can get the most optimal route, but, like, my lord.
I mean, like, I've come to the conclusion after that Mystery of the Emblem playthrough that Mystery of the Emblem is completely broken, but in the player's favor.
You know, kidding. From what you showed me, like, there's some ridiculous stuff you can pull off in that game. Don't even get me started on the warp staffs.
The warp staff.
I'm still waiting for the day we can hammer in a hammer and staff.
Okay, getting a little concerned about Quan's health here, but I'm sure if we just wipe out a couple more of these guys, it'll be okay. I'm actually going to take out the X guy because, like, I'm a little worried. I don't want him having triangle advantage on Quan.
It's a good idea. Also, wait, does Sigurd just carry a large-ass shield with him, I just noticed?
I guess so. See, that's the funny thing about Sigurd. He is technically a promoted unit. We'll get into how promotions work later, but, you know, it's interesting to think about that the Lord for this game is actually a pre-promote.
Huh.
He's a good unit. Don't let me convince you that he's a bad unit, because he isn't. He's just not invincible, like half the fan base seems to think.
I'm telling you, man, it's really because of that Baldur blood.
The blood does contribute. The blood actually gives him a growth boost. Oh, someone's going after Ethlin. Yeah, nice try, buddy.
Good effort.
You can see the weapon triangle at play here, but like it's amazing that Finn has 100% hit on that enemy despite the triangle disadvantage. Like, the weapon stats are, like, weirdly balanced, let's say.
Also, man, I assume to some, it's gotta be a pain that you can't get to these villages before they even damage it once.
I mean, it does add to the tension. It's like, I think it's fine.
No, yeah.
But there are some villages in the game that are like a challenge to get to. You know, I'm feeling pretty sick right about now, so I'm gonna give Ethelyn a kill.
Doesn't even have any animations.
Oh, that's because I turned her animations off. Like I don't want to go through like her ridiculously long healing animation. That's just, you know, a me thing.
Right. I remember you mentioned last time too.
I mean, this is where the animations can get long and repetitive. But they are very awesome, so I do want to, like, show at least a couple of them off.
No, yeah, because I know, like, this game, from what the sound of it, this game's animations also are the precursor to the ones in the GBA games, which I absolutely love.
Yes. Like, the one thing that the GBA era missed out on is that the weapons in this game, they all have unique graphics for when you actually go into battle with them.
Really?
Even the staves, too. Yeah. When we get some of the high-end weapons, I'll point it out.
I'll have to keep an eye out for that, then. Like... Because, no, the GBA games probably didn't do that, did they?
No, they didn't. That's because the weapons were all baked into the character animations.
I guess it's to be fair, because, to be fair, the GBA probably didn't have as much horsepower as a SNES.
Horsepower. This game's got a lot of horsepower.
Am I allowed to say when we started recording, by the way? Cause...
Yep, it's the year of the horse, and we're playing Horse Emblem.
I'll look at this, to be fair, I'm at least glad that they decided for the Fire Emblem game that has the biggest maps, they at least gave us cavalry, since they have the highest movement.
Yeah, but it, like, makes the thing so tough on people like Arden and Azel.
True.
Let's see, his HP is up, so let's get him in here. Meanwhile, these two are just trying to, like, round up the rest of the villages.
Bring it.
Good. Lex dodged and got a level.
Thank goodness.
Skill defense. I mean, Lex getting defense is a good thing.
No, yeah. I think if anything, like, Rez probably didn't have as much usability in the past game. Def definitely here. It's strange how Def is such a low brace stat, though.
Don't look at me.
Also, I noticed that they don't have any dialogue related to misses now.
Really? Oh, you mean like that little report that the game puts in every time you finish a combat? Yeah, they decided there was no point in that, so they got rid of it. I mean, like, you can see what's happening with your own eyes.
That's true. I guess it's kind of surreal to see it this early.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's get this village.
Also, I noticed something. Unless I missed something, why are the enemies' turn called Evan's turns?
Oh, that's related to the faction that they're part of. Because, like, the castle... I'll show it in a moment here.
Okay.
Just talking about Sigurd's heritage. The Holy Sword
Yeah,
Tear thing, huh?
Tear thing, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah. Baldur is the god of light, is it?
Yeah. Something like that. Anyways, this is Evan's castle. That's why it's called the Evans phase. So if you were expecting an Ernest Evans cameo, yeah. Nobody even knows what that game is.
Honestly, Evans has become a weird name for me, because that's always, like, the first name everyone mistakes my name for.
Oh, really?
I've had people straight up call me Evan.
Well, they just misplaced one letter. Can't hold that against them. Actually, you can. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know, is Evan a common name? Yeah.
It kind of is. People keep calling me Michael, and I don't get it.
Michael?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think I've said my real name to you, but, like, you could look it up. Hey, Alec got strength! And that's cool.
Hey, no, it is cool. Now we can bash enemies harder.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I need to recheck that, because, like, I need to see... I know there's always crazy names like that. I mean... names are always weird, man.
Come on, let me feed something to Finn, please.
In fact...
Yeah, I'll do this. Oh, look at this!
What?
Actually, that's bad. I forgot. Okay, so Sigurd and Evelyn are siblings, and they decided that if a sibling attacks while having the critical skill and their sibling is adjacent to them, they just get an instant critical.
That's oddly specific.
I mean, like, can I do it with Sigurd, actually? Yeah, here, let's do it again! Forget the triangle attack, let's just do this all day. Wait, Sigurd doesn't have critical,
right.
How's he... Well, okay.
Sorry, so he doesn't have critical, but he has a critical animation. Alright.
Well, you know... I've lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. I just completely forgot about that mechanic. Well, these enemies don't move, so it's okay.
Okay, fair, good enough.
I'm just trying to feed something to Finn here. Okay, he... Oh my goodness, It's starting.
Uh-oh. Do we have a way to take... Oh, okay, he can move.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That second move is very helpful. They already moved up there, so yeah.
Okay. See, I guess the thing that came to my mind then, that for a talking point while going through this, have you ever looked up what your name might mean or its origin?
Do you know what I'm named after? I actually want to tell you now.
Yeah, I apologize if you have told me before.
I am named after a biblical tax collector.
What?
A biblical tax collector.
I mean, to be fair, man, that's a lot better than being named after a tyrant.
All right, Ivan the Terrible.
Yeah. Still.
Hey, don't worry, man. There are way less cursed names out there. I mean, way more cursed names. My apologies.
You're good, man.
I mean, you want to talk about what one of the commanders in, like, Super Famicom Wars is named? I'm not going to tell you, because that'll get me demonetized.
What?
Wait, why did I do that? Okay, never mind.
Okay, you need to tell me after this. You got me perplexed and scared.
Well, you remember how Persona 2 has that one villain?
Oh, God. Is it that bad?
I'm not kidding. The SNES era was so crazy, okay? I kind of miss it, but you know, considering some of the things that happens in this game, maybe I don't. I don't know.
There is a limit. There is a line. It's just... Man. Sorry. I need to process that for a sec, like...
Oh my goodness. I didn't mean to do that.
Look, the whole naming thing kind of got you flustered. I understand.
Alright, let's see here. He's so slow in his, like, walking animation, too.
It's funny, because it actually does remind me of a somewhat relevant topic, where I was looking at a short all about, like, a specific... that was actually mentioning, like, not priest, what do they call, a saint of archery. But it turns out it's not because he did any real archery, it's because the way he passed was he was extremely durable at being a archery target, let's just say.
Oh, he was a target of the bow. What was his name?
I need to check on that again. All I know is I find it weird because apparently that tends to be a weirdly consistent theme in Catholic saints. Where they become saints of a certain thing, but not because they excelled at it, that's because that's how they were, like, perished by things. And it's so weird, dude.
Boy, oh boy.
You know, okay, let me check it out because I actually am curious. Catholic Saint of Archery. Archery, not archery. Ah, Sebastian, yes.
Saint Sebastian, eh?
Yep. Roman soldier martyred by arrows, he became a patron saint for protecting against plague for athletes. Right, because he was a saint of not only archers, but athletes as well.
Athletes?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because his story goes with him essentially enduring the pain of getting shot over others. It's a cool story. It's weird to be named after something that you perished by. I feel like there's a compelling story there to be told.
Let's see here. This will take him down to a very comfortable HP value. Alrighty.
Yeah, I just noticed, like... So we're about to siege this castle, but the guy's still kind of sitting in it all cozily.
I mean, he's got to guard it, right?
And I suppose that's fair, but it's just rare to see someone inside the castle. Usually they're standing at, like, the entrance.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, by the way, that we saw a lot of indoor castle battles in Mystery of the Emblem. There's none of that in Genealogy of the Holy War. Sad of me to say.
I mean, I'm glad, because that means we don't have to dismount.
You got a point there, actually. I mean, like, it's weird. There is one character in this game who is allowed to dismount. He doesn't have to, but it's completely optional if you want to.
Wait, so you can't dismount at all aside from that one character?
Yeah, it's a little bit odd. I mean, like, why would you want to? You want to get off your horse and then have to, like, walk across those roads?
I don't mean to come off like this, but that sounds like that's for peasants.
We're crusaders! We don't have to deal with this stuff.
Exactly.
Okay,
well, we clear out the surrounding area.
Yeah, that just leaves the boss. First, let me pick up these villages. Yeah, the archery god Ulir, who is an archery god in Norse mythology, as I understand it, so this is very appropriate. One of the girls was lost to pirates, though.
I guess I'll say this one. One of the big reasons why I'm not really up on my Norse mythologies, from what I hear, it is extremely segmented and scattered. Mainly just because, like, any history we really have of the original mythology hasn't really kind of, like, died with the wind. And anyone that might be relevant or we have now has a lot of hints that it might have been overtaken by Christianity.
Yes, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, so, like, we can't even tell of how much of what we know now is true or not.
We're getting an item here, by the way. Sorry to steal the topic of conversation here, but we just got a speed ring. So, items in this game work a little bit different. There's no such thing as a vulnerary in Genealogy of the Holy War, and you don't have the consumables that boost your stats. This speed ring will simply increase the speed of whoever is holding it while they are holding it. Nice and simple. And that means you can swap it around to other characters, too.
How much space is our inventory?
7 slots for any item you please. Weapon, accessory, whatever.
7? Wow.
Yeah.
And
technically you had 8 in Mystery of the Emblem, but it was 4 weapons and 4 items.
Right. And I'm trying to remember. Are caravans still? Not caravans. What's the word?
The storage, the supply tent, things like that.
Is that still a thing here?
Sort of. You'll see how it works.
Okay.
They must have gotten over here really fast if they heard about Verdine attacking and then just jumped right over here from the peninsula on the other side of the map.
I mean, war, man.
It never changes.
We've had war decades ago, centuries ago, millennia ago, and there's still wars.
A fusspot? What kind of word is that?
Jeez! Someone's getting chewed out.
Yeah.
Aw.
Alright.
That's sweet.
boss is John DiMaggio, of all people.
Why is he named that?
I don't know. I told you another guy was named Gandalf, even though he's not even a wizard or a dwarf or anything. The command for attacking a castle is to besiege it.
It makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's one guy.
Yeah, you'll really crush the lot of us. Miss.
Nice crushing.
I wonder if we can, like, set this up for somebody else. See, 5
Careful.
damage a hit, and I'm getting 2 hits here. Ow! That hurt.
Okay. The experience was worth it, but still, jeez.
Yeah, what are my odds here? 100? Okay. Now I can't pronounce it. That guy will take it.
Someone will tell us how to pronounce it, I'm sure.
Let's see if you can do better than Alec. Speed, alright, I guess.
You guys already move enough.
Yeah. Well, we have to wait a turn for Sigurd to seize the castle, because that's just how it works.
Oh, lordy. Do you have to wait a turn even if Sigurd beats the person in the castle?
Well, oddly, if Sigurd is the one to beat him, then you can just seize it straight away. Which might have saved time, I guess.
Eh. Oh, thank goodness you survived.
Yeah, I thought people died when they were killed, but I guess not.
Also, Sigurd, why are you hiding in the foliage?
I don't know, I guess they thought it would be nice if the tree was, like, acting as a sort of foreground. Which it kind of is.
Oh, yeah, actually.